Hello guys! Today I will show you how to build a sustainable house. My group is me, Gustavo Cesário, Kaique Gomes, Matheus Jacqueline, Alisson José, Hélio Leite and Pietro Oliveira. The step 1 is cleaning debris, plants and the plant. For this task, we can use a hoe, lawnmower and a machete. The next step is cutting off the trees. For this task, we can use professionals with chainsaws and trucks for the transport and correct reuse of the wood.
The next step is to flatten the land. We will remove the mounds of the earth and fill the holes with a backhoe. Move the earth with trucks and then press the earth with a stream roller to ensure a stable base. For preparing the foundation. To build, we will use piles, continuous footings, and isolated footings.
The footings can be constructed with a thin layer of gravel, a waterproofing tarpaulin, metal beams, and finally the concrete.
We use the same method to prepare the foundation with metal beams and concrete. This will be the base of the house.
The walls are made of bricks connected with cement, attracted to structures made of metal wires filled with a mixture of cement and gravel. This offers a greater resistance and durability. Interior walls are made of many layers, like brick, raw cast, concrete, plaster and paint, and has optional layers depending on the type of resistance, like paint base, waterproofing and texture. Traduzindo, quis dizer que as paredes internas podem ser feitas de muitas camadas, incluindo tijolo, brita, concreto, massa corrida e por fim tinta. Aí dependendo do tipo de residência, você pode usar uma base para sua tinta, impermeabilizantes e uma textura. Let's install windows and doors. The carving will be made from ready-made triangular wooden structures that offer strength and durability. The results will be something like this.
Even if you have 2 solar panels on a roof, there will still be a lot of space left over for a green roof. Planting small plants on a roof can act as a biological filter for reusing rainwater.
Let me explain the difference between gray water and black water. Gray water comes from the sink, shower or the washing machine, and the black water comes from the toilet, containing feces and urine. The gray water can be filtered with gravel, sand and activate carbon filter to remove mineral impurities and odors. We can add some chlorine in small quantities. The rainwater is also collected, passed through the filter and then is used. You can use this water to plants, wash the yard or just flush the toilet. Reusing the gray water is more sustainable and economical.
In the garden space, we can carry out activities such as growing herbs, tubers and even seedlings to replant trees. This type of activity reduces the impact of the greenhouse effect, and a beautiful garden inspires others to do the same.
Guys, we're going to be talking about electricity installation in the house. So to begin with, we're going to need to know that everywhere in the world must produce at least 220 volts in the house. We're going to be using that. And how though? Well, we're going to be using solar panels, which is the most efficient way to put in the house. You don't need to pay for the government or anything else to produce energy. So we're going to be using 2 kits of 5.7 WP, which is the amount of watt that can be produced in such time. It can produce 220 volts, like I said, in 520 watts in total. We're going to be using that on the daylight. But when there ain't daylight, we're going to be using the generator. The generator is going to be our substitute in case of rainy days, those stuff.
To avoid risk of fire, short circuit or accidents involving electrocution, we also use a ground wire, a copper wire connected to a metal bar buried underground. The electrical resistance of the human body or the wood is greater than the ground wire, so the electricity will pass through the wire until it reaches the ground.
So now we're going to calculate the electricity we're going to put in the house. In the house, we have 7 rooms. The rooms, the living room, the kitchen, bathroom, game room, the hall, and the laundry room. And we're going to need to calculate the amount of sockets that will produce the 220 volts in everywhere in the house. Plus PTUE times 3. That is the amount of machines we're going to be using in the house, divided by 220 volts, times 1, which is the power frequency that it's in the residence. In total, the amount of amperes, which is the power circuit, like I said, will be 51.21 amperes.
れで終わりだからだ。
And when I do someday, I'm stronger than ever before. So
厳重なる作品